The reason I picked these three very large subjects is because they share a holistic, intuitive way of building these mental models here. My friends know me as an artist. Before I came here, I'd worked a long time as an engineer, and I had a short stint as a business person. But what I've been doing for the past 15 years is being this technanthropologist, I call it. I'm the Jane Goodall of the computer classroom, the wild and crazy place. I observe behaviors. Not only do I teach, but I also observe behaviors of kids interacting with all this shiny, new, fancy technological devices. What drives me is fear, actually, because I'm always on the edge, if I'm already on the behind the edge of being irrelevant. I have to understand, like, business and science and technology and engineering and pedagogical stuff to do my job. And so it's a lot of stuff to take in. But what I always keep asking myself is, what is technologically meaningful? So my observations in this environment is, the technology systems are always changing and our learning systems are always changing. But what is technologically meaningful is creativity. Creativity will always be meaningful. Creativity and creative problem solving, like Justin's doing. Creativity has various frequencies, vibrations, manifestations, depending on how it's applied. So I want to say a couple of things about creatives, that we probably already know, but they're naturally inclined to be what we call lateral thinking. So lateral thinking is not like this direct approach, but it's always like these angles that we look at, the pictures or the models that we're working on. And creative people, so in my environment, it's easy to pick out the creatives after a little while of observing them, because that's pretty much what I'm doing. After I teach a little bit, I observe. So they can easily find, interesting things in seemingly mundane situations. And the creatives are natural observers. But what creatives need mostly is time and space. They're always fooling around with their ideas and, often these mental worlds and whatnot, but time and space to get to their organic, intuitive processes. And when they do that, they can get to these aha moments. They find their solutions, or and they become satisfied with whatever their process is. So a quick quote from Kurt Vonnegut: "We're out here on earth to fart around, don't anybody tell you different." So that's what these creatives seemingly do. Now I'm going to shift really quick to the systems thinking subject, because being an engineer, invariably we take systems classes, and so I'm kind of nerdy about this. So Justin was talking about self-replicating systems, and so I'm thinking, oh yeah, systems, because I know what systems are. And so systems are the set of overlapping ideas, is what they are. It's the antithesis, not the antithesis. It's not the antithesis, but the complement to reductive reasoning, which is the scientific method. They go together. And so basically it's a discipline for seeing relationships and patterns and understanding what the feedback loops are in these relationships and patterns. The feedback loop, we call it the basic unit of measuring a system. But systems can get all really complicated. I'm kind of boiling it really down for you guys. So systems are everywhere. They're either conscious or unconscious, depending on how our attention goes. They're like radios. You tune them in, and there they are. And systems create subsystems, but most importantly, the systems that are all around us are driven by their defined function or purpose. And when we say function or purpose, a system's purpose has people in it, or a system with purpose has people, and a function drives a technological system. So there's lots of examples of systems, and we don't have time to do all this, but you can think about self and soul systems. The self system is, how much are you exercising, what's the quality of the food that you eat, what's your connection to the stillness of who we are, kind of thing. And then there's the learning systems. I have this really fantastic learning system here. This is changing so much, so fast. And then the earth systems, that we can easily understand how the earth systems are changing so fast right now. We have systems for innovation, and Tom Peters, a business talking guru guy, says this system is to screw around vigorously. He's an ideas guy. So real quickly, now design thinking is a popular buzzword that's going around a lot right now, and it's nothing new. Bucky Fuller, who I had the pleasure of seeing before I graduated from college, actually I was a freshman, was a famous design thinker, very influential guy. There's Charles Eames. And so we have design thinking as a system. So it's a branded system, sort of. Made popular by David Kelly up in Stanford, the D School, and he runs this company, IDEO. So what is design thinking? It's a system where observation takes center stage, followed by this sort of radical collaboration between people, this cross-pollination of ideas. And after that, you apply the principles of design, and then you make something. That's the system. And then it reiterates, and you get your feedback from it. So we're living in a time where there's a battleground for new and competing and old ideas on mental levels. And so my message is this: find your time and space and observe. Look at patterns and relationships as a whole. Explore your creativity. Think, do something interesting. Apply the design thinking model, build, create something wonderful. Thank you.